are going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, oh, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a...
He gets free inside the 20. That one flips the field. Big chunk play as he goes out of bounds. Could we see the first touchdown of the new season? It's 1st and goal. Etienne trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Again, they give it to Etienne. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
The idea here on 2nd down is in the event you're unable to score, at least put yourself in a 3rd and manageable goal-to-go situation. But now after taking a loss, it really changes their approach here. And I think on 3rd and goal now, they got to put this ball in the air.
That is caught side of the end zone. Kayshon Boutte, touchdown Titans. Tyler Bass for the... points. He's got it. And the Titans have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, this is Blake Corum. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer. Out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
Well, here it is. This is the moment, Mike, that he has been working towards ever since hearing his name called on draft night. He's put in the work. He's gotten the reps with the first team. He's had some ups and downs through training camp in the preseason. But it's clear, this organization has all the confidence in the world for this young quarterback to go out as the Week 1 starter. And frankly, the hope is he's the franchise quarterback for years to come.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Once again, it's Gibbs. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Jalen Sherwood there to meet him. Here now, 3rd and 5.
Cowboy 80.
From the gun, it's Sanders. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. They'll try to play with some pace early on.
And the Broncos first down.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. That's complete to Metcalf. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Sanders. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
4 yards. That's good. First down.
Cougar 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, Cup 19, Cup 19.
To throw again is Sanders. Metcalf left side, he's got it. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. And the Titans
Throwing again is Sanders. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Let's go now. Panther 60, Panther 60. 18, Pioneer.
Sanders going to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 79 Broncos. Ready?
He'll try to throw for it with Sanders. That's taken in, and he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on fourth down.
First and 10.
They'll run it. The first carry of the game for Blake Corum. And he'll manage to bring this down to about the 37. That's Yaya Diaby with the tackle.
Brings up
Second down and 8.
Viking 18. Go.
From the gun, it's Shador. He's got it at about the 8. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. It's the Titans out to the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter as they go to work on first and goal.
Ready, ready. Here we go. Hey, check that, check that. Street, stick, reload, reload. Street, street. Riggs, Riggs. Ready.
Here's Gibbs. Good blocking, and he's in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Broncos.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. It's up and good. And the Broncos come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Titans offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try to knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a league, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule, and that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple years. So as bad as things feel if you're Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
And Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of these teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence, and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward. They have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge at the top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with Trevor Lawrence, Mike, we've seen him play top-tier #1 overall, got a big new contract. I mean, we've seen him play franchise quarterback level ball. It just hasn't been.
And he'll take this one in. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Tennessee. His kick is good, and the Titans will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They'll return this from the 11. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title, but you have to remember 2 other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
You know, it sounds crazy when you mention 9 in a row. You think, oh, okay, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fascinated by this division. I think L.A. and Denver are
under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Nick Bosa taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign.
At the 33-yard line.
Go street. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Ready. Check the eagle. Hey, Cash. Warrior 70. Dragon 60.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. A throw right side is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up like to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down for Tennessee.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's Penix. A short one there to Barton. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. So we reach 2-minute warning here in the opener. And this offense in the red zone, if you will. Only fitting to check in with Scott Hanson and find out what's coming up at halftime. Scott.
I see what you did there, Mike. Thank you. And coming up at the half, the debut of the brand new halftime show. Scores and highlights from around the NFL. That's all coming up in 2 minutes.
Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
On for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Titans build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7. On the return, here comes Corum. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. And you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati matter? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 at the 46-yard line.
Trap 60, trap 60, 79 Broncos. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Sanders will throw it. That one out wide to Gibbs. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
Just seems nowadays, Mike, there's so many running backs in the NFL that you can classify as being dual threats. Of course, we see them every week make their impact on the ground. But here in the first half, it's his ability in the passing game and do bulk of his damage as a receiving threat.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Throwing now, Sanders on first down. That's caught by Gibbs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Dragon 60. 19 Lions. Ready.
Now, Sanders. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
First down.
Again, it's Sanders. And he'll take it on in. Jamison Williams. Down Denver.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route. Through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be at a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, it's Mitchell. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. That's caught left side by Otten. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their second as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the 39-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. It looked like the Titans were able to get back on this one. Indeed, they did. So Tennessee keeps the ball. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. luck not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee, take this on into the locker room. So, halftime straight ahead. And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. This fielded at about the 9. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Broncos offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing by the Rams.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp.
The ball comes out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now Sanders on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And that'll set up 4th down.
On for the field goal.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Broncos have tied it at 17.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked the touchback, they got
in trouble, and down he goes.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on 3rd down, and give yourself a chance.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Berringer to punt. Is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Broncos offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10.
Rig alert! Panther Street! Panther Street! Ready?
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. A loose football. The Titans may have recovered, yes. Tennessee ball. strikes now. Going to keep it on the zone read. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover. And it's actually going to wind up a first down. They'll run it here with Etienne. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all. Here now, second down and goal.
Leads to second and goal. At the 5-yard line.
They'll go with him again. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up third down.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. That is high back corner of the end zone. Deebo Samuel, touchdown Titans. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Broncos 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Corum. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field.
Okay, ready?
They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down.
Ready?
Now, Shedeur. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Hey,
It's
check
now
out, check
second and 10.
19, Charger, trap 50, trap 50. Ready?
Throwing now from the gun. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up third and 2.
79 Broncos. Buffalo 18. 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks.
Third and 2. Now Sanders. That's right side and brought in by Williams. They'll look to pick up the pace.
And the Broncos.
As Shedeur on first down. Catch is made. That is Williams. And we brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's get ready.
On to the fourth quarter, and it begins with a run by Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Big play coming up. This is third down. This is intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Jones. And the Titans are going to have it at their own 32-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Penix. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And this ball incomplete on third down. The Titans sending out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. That is fielded at the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The RPO, that one is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and a couple. To throw is Sanders. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35.
When you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far, that has proven to not be the case.
Deputy! Bronco 80!
They hand it to Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Ready,
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 9.
At the 32-yard line.
Ready,
From the gun, it's Sanders. Tony Adams, the safety, in for the sack.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Broncos. That is second touchdown now here in the season opener. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? You're an extra point away from tying this thing up. We got ourselves a ball.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? On the return, it's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Titans offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. And that one incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next. That's a skill that really just comes from experience.
2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Work to do. The crowd helping the defense. 3rd down and 9. They'll drop to throw. Forced out wide. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one. Scrambling his way to a 1st down.
And the Titans, 1st down.
Throwing now. Penix on 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Through the air, connecting with Debo. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. We'll go play action now with Penix. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Great job there defensively separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. This guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. To throw again, it's Penix. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
And the crowd a major factor now as we get to 3rd down. He's found his receiver, Butte. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come. 4th down's looming.
But it's 4th down.
The Titans punting unit comes out to the field. Important punt here in this tie game late. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Buffalo 18.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Ready? Riggs, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 19 Lions. Bronco 80.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. That one out wide to Gibbs. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game as they approach midfield now. They've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
Here's Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. Up to 50 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
At the 31-yard line.
Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Gibbs. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their second. Clock stops, 46 seconds to go.
1st and 10.
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start.
On run with Gibbs. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
McPherson now for the PAT. He knocks it through. Broncos will go up by 7.
It's the score. Broncos 31. Titans 24.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, it's Mitchell. Oh! And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. A short one there to Otten. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here to stop it with a little over 30 left in the game.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here comes 2nd down. Now Etienne. And to pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
From the gun, here is Penix. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big 1st down.
The Titans 1st down.
And he will stop the clock with 5 seconds left. Another try, 2nd and 10. Here we go. One final play. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm